Hello, and so we have another MATHCOUNTS national target problem. So this was from 2024, so number 8. So Megan writes down the quadratic polynomial f of x, and she notes that fourth degree polynomial of f of x has a -1 as the only real root. And what is the value of f of 1? Okay, so this is a composition function, and we are going to use our quadratic, and that's the money. So maybe we can just write the x minus r times x minus s. R and s are our roots, so let's keep that in mind. And then this is going to be equal to r x squared plus ax plus b. So like r and s are roots for this one. Okay, and then how it's going to be useful, maybe we can just find the f of x equal to 0. So then f of x. So the meaning of this, you're going to plug f of x into f of x whenever you see x, right? So, and then I just don't want to use this one because that will be a bit tedious to square this and deal with those algebraic stuff. I'm going to use this form. So meaning that this is going to be equal to like x minus r times x minus s minus, again, this is going to be our input into this composition function minus r. That will be one factor. And then times x minus r, x minus s, minus s. So this is going to be the fourth degree polynomial, and then we are going to get a second degree like quadratic polynomial here and a second degree right here. So we are told this guy f of x, which is this expression, has -1 as only real root. Like if you remember, like complex number comes in conjugate, because if you do have like a complex solution, you actually have to have its conjugate as well. So since we are told -1 is only real root, and then you cannot have 1 real and 3 complex, you should have 2 real and 2 complex, or 4 real and 0 complex. So which means -1 is at least a double root. Okay, so if you have -1 as a double root, which basically the solution of this part will be like -1 and -1, or solution of this part will be -1, -1. It doesn't really make any difference. Like we just know that the -1 is a double root at least. So then if that's the case, we can just say x plus 1 is a root, but it's not going to be at least double, so which is going to be x plus 1 squared. And if I expand this, so you will get x squared plus 2x plus 1. And if you expand this guy, so you will get x squared minus r plus s x, and then plus rs minus r. So this expression and this expression has to be same. So meaning that this coefficient of the x and then the coefficient of x has to be same. From there, like we do have r plus s has to be -2, so we can get this +2. So why this is important? Because if you expand this guy, so you will actually get like x squared minus r plus s x plus rs, which you could just use the Vieta, but I just want to do it this way. And then ax plus b. So the coefficient of the x is a, and then coefficient of the x is negative version of r plus s. So the r plus s was -2. From here, a is just 2. So which is important. Okay, so now we have that. So we just need to kind of find b as well if possible, so we can go from there. And let's try to kind of to plug this guy, because this is a solution. So if I plug this into my fourth degree polynomial, this one, since this is going to be like part of it, so I will just say f of -1. So let's actually go ahead and plug that. F of -1 is going to be -1 and plus a times x. A is 2, so that will be like 2 times -1. So that's going to be b minus 3. So let's double check actually. So if a, actually no, this is 1. A -1 squared is 1, and then you get a times x, which is -2, and then plus b, so which is b minus 1. Okay, so now if I want to plug f of -1, so then b minus 1 will be plugged into f of x, so which is this guy. So that will give us like b minus 1 squared plus a times x, which is a is 2, b minus 1 will be b minus 1, and then plus b. Okay, and then we are told like f, like this guy has to be 0, because f of x is going to be 0 when x is -1. So we know this is equal to 0. So if you expand this, like simplify, so you got b squared term only, and then you got -2b, and then you got 2b. Those will cancel, and then you got one more b, so which is plus b, and then you got plus 1, and then plus -1, so that should be -1, and equals 0. I actually can write this as, actually, I'm going to leave it as this one. Okay, so this is something, but we didn't really get something still, but these are some progress so far. So we do need b. It's like if I solve this quadratic, because that's going to give us b, so then b is going to be negative of the coefficient of the linear term, which is -1, plus or minus b squared is coefficient is 1 minus 4 times ac, but that will be plus times a times like 4 times 1. So that should be like our solution for b. So that is -1 plus or minus root 5 over 2. So that is our b, but there are two versions of b, so plus or minus. So you will need to think about which one to choose. Okay, so we are looking for f of 1. So like f of 1 is equal to, if you plug 1 right here, so you get 1 plus 2 times 1, which is 3b plus 3. So because a was 2, and then f of 1, so you're going to plug b plus 3 into this polynomial, so you will get b plus 3 squared plus a times x, which is b plus 3, and plus b. So if you expand this, you got b squared, and there's nothing else in terms of square term. You got 6b, and then you got 2b, and then you got 1b, which is going to be 9b. And then you've got 9 plus 6, which is 15. So like, since we know the b right here, we can go ahead and plug right here and then get what we want, but I don't want to kind of do that as long as I don't need it. So like, if you look at this quadratic, b squared plus b is equal to 1, so I can actually split this guy as b squared plus b plus 8b plus 15. So this guy is 1, so this entire thing is 1, and then this is 15, so that will give us 16. And then plus 8 times b, and then b is this guy, so you're going to say like -1 plus or minus root 5 over 2. So you can cancel this, and then you can simplify this, so you'll get like there's an option right here, the positive and negative. So I'm going to just kind of ask you to think about why I will choose the positive version instead of a negative version to get our answer, and then see if you can really see any reason for that. So like that will be -4, which is 60 minus 4 is 12. And then 4 times negative, like root 5 or positive root 5, so that should be plus 4 root 5. And you can maybe look at why this is not negative, but that is a challenge for you. Okay, I'll see you in the next video.